All right, here we go. I'm about to show you guys my dash in my 79 Caprice. The one I have in here is from a 93 Z28 Camaro. I got it from Pick and Pull. You can see it's got 150 on it. And I decided to get that because they have the LT1 in them, and this my car, which has a 95 LT1 in it. So I thought it would match up. The old dash wasn't reading anything anymore, and it was pretty outdated. And then I had the Intellitronics one after that, which was cool, but it was meant for like a box Chev. Even though this is a box Chev, I'm on a 95 frame with a engine and transmission, computer, everything from a 95, so it wasn't a direct hookup. I could have got everything to hook up, but I just decided to go this route with it. And I gave the dash to my friend Don, so we'll get some more videos of that when he puts it in his 79 Caprice. And you can still see the videos of how I hooked it up, but you could do it all types of different ways, you know, with the wire connections. With this one, I just cut the wires because I was thinking I'm never going back to that original dash. And I'm never going back to that original dash, probably not with this, because it may not be the prettiest, but it's actually looking pretty good. There's some areas right there where it says like non-visible area, and you can see like some cuts in there. I wanted to get like a flashlight. That's what I meant to get. All right, so I got this light out real quick so you guys can see in there. Hopefully you guys can see there is some reflection off mine. So I took the stock dash out and I had to make a cut. That could be a better cut, but my tools that I had at the time weren't that good. I'm gonna smooth it out and make it straight. But this was just like a project. It's a project. So it's not done yet, but it actually is working. So the thing I don't like is that there's no gear shift, because the Camaro has it on the ground, but the Intellitronics was the same. It didn't have the gear shift indicator. So I'm just gonna hook up one from another car somehow. I'm gonna get it all figured out. It was just first, could I fit it in there? Which it was tight, but I had to cut some, but I didn't cut any of the board. You know, basically, that's all that. Then I had to get that space. But I did cut a piece of a Caprice dash right there, that white part. I'll fit that in. I also have this outer part with the wood grain and the plastic cover, and that's keeping it like locked in, because pretty much, I mean, there's no screws holding it in. It's just in there. It has nowhere to go. So it was a tight fit. But mostly everything works. I still don't have the oil pressure hooked up. I don't know why the voltage wasn't working, but I had it working before. I think the gas gauge might be working. I haven't been able to drive the car and fill it up with gas or see anything. The temperature gauge isn't working. The Speedo is working and the RPM is working, so that's major. The speedometer is major and the gas is major. I mean, they're all pretty much major, but. And then I also have this piece. I also have this piece right here, which I have to cut this down to fit it in there, but I'll probably do that at some point. But you can see it's pretty thick on the side, and I need something that's precise to make the cut. When I made the cut for this dash, I didn't have the most precise cutting tool, so that's why you see it doesn't look the best. I almost gave up, but I kept on going. So that video you might not see, it wasn't pretty. So that voltage might work. Let me turn it off and see. It's just a little high. I might have the needle might be sitting in the wrong spot. Like the needles came off from here and there, so I might need to just take the needle off and set it in the correct spot so when it goes up. But you can see I got the service engine soon, light. I got all the essentials there, or we're getting there. Also got this still, so that tells me a lot, my Scan Master. So let me start it up just so you guys can see the RPM move. And mind. Yeah, oh, I got lights. The lights kind of like shine through everywhere, you know, the bottom, the top, there's like holes. Like I said, I plan to put this in and block some of that, and then it's still a project. I'm gonna put the gear shift indicator in there. But at night it's actually pretty good because there's not much light in the Caprice, so I'm taking all I can get. I don't really mind. This is non-visible area and stuff like that at the moment. I don't mind that light's coming through at the moment. You know, you could turn it off if you want. But yeah, I could have got a different year. I could have probably done anything from, there were some other dashes at the same time when I got this one, so this one's a little yellowed. I don't know if that's stock or not, but there was like a heavy smoker car, so it might be just yellowed from the smoke. Custom, y'all. But yeah, some of the years had different gauges, colors and stuff, so it doesn't really matter to me. It looks pretty good, especially just being able to read the miles per hour, the RPM, and it'll count mileage. It's actually only got 74,000 miles on it. So yeah, pretty cool. And all the, you know, the blinkers work. They better. So it's pretty much all the same wires and setup and stuff. And that's why I just got this one, which was from an LT1, because I figured my computer would be compatible with all the gauges and things. I was just tired of not having gauges working. I don't want to be not knowing how much gas I have. I don't want to be knowing, I don't want it to say 0 miles per hour the whole time. I'm too old for that. I mean, everyone should have that all the time, but you know, a lot of my cars have been just straight buckets where I'm like, I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. But you know, that's, I wanted to tell me how many miles per hour I'm going. So anyway, there it is. You can fit a 93 Camaro dash in here. You got to do some cutting for real. A little bit on the dash. But like I'm saying, if I take this out, I could put the dash, the original dash that fits in there has those corner pieces. So I'm not even done yet. I was gonna maybe cut off the pieces of one of those plastic dashes and get it in there somehow. So I'm really not done yet, but at the same time, I might be done. I'm definitely happy with it. So it's only gonna get better from here. Every time I've just been hooking up more stuff. At first I just had the blinkers and the voltage, and then I hooked up, you know, the RPM gauge and, you know, stuff here and there. I had this, I swear I had that water temperature working. But you know, it's a project, it's a finicky car, but it's coming together. You just gotta let it sit here and congeal into one car, you know what I'm saying? It's so many different cars. So now, you know, it knows what it is now. It's spent some time being one car. Anyway, I think that's about it for the dash. We'll be back with more. Like I said, I'm gonna add a gear shift indicator on there. Hopefully I'll cut that up properly with like a whatever they call that thing. I can never think of names when I need it. Y'all know what I'm saying. I was gonna say Sawzall, because that's what I the Sawzall is a little too heavy duty for the dash, but hey, it can be done, but just don't do it. I'm talking about all them needles flew off. Yeah, what do they call that thing? I know y'all are saying it right now. Dremel, the Dremel tool. Yeah, and I need to get some new bits, and I just need to get in up close and personal with it, because barely any of this can fit. I can fit this thin part, I can't fit this part, so I got to get up close and personal to it. And then all them needles will sit in there correctly. It'll look like more racing style, and it'll block off all them things that say non-visible area and extra lighting. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not really mad at that. Who knows what'll happen? No one's noticing that. I didn't have to say anything. You know, I was gonna get in there with like a black Sharpie, not even a Sharpie, like the paint, the real Sharpie, the one that's got real paint in it, and just get a little bit of coloring going on there. Anyway, So that's it. It's a Z28 dash from 1993. All right, we'll be back with the next one. Peace.